everyone. So over the last couple of lessons, we have been looking at angle measures, and we've talked about all the different types of angles that we have. We have vertical angles, and those angles we know are just straight across, are being equal. Complementary, equaling 90. Supplementary, because of a straight line, they equal 180. And then we also have adjacent angles, right? And those are angles that share any line. And sometimes when they're adjacent, they can make up those other three different types of angles. We know that they have a vertex, and that's the point that they come together. And we've talked about how on all of this, it's always that they're equaling either 90 or 180. Okay, so today what we're going to look at is we are going to be looking at the essential question of how do we find angle measures when we have like a big giant problem. Okay, so we're going to be looking at how to find angle measures. So we're going to need to be looking at many different aspects today. So I'm going to try to switch back and forth between two different screens so that we can do this. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at is a problem that looks like this. So you can see that we have this figure, so to speak, made up of 4 different rays. Okay, so the rays are these lines that come off of the different points, or 4 rays that come off of point A. So point A is in the middle, and if we were to go all the way around point A, we would have 360 degrees all the way around. Okay, this straight line right here runs through point A for 180 degrees. And so we have some angles here that we're going to be looking at. And so our first example that we're looking at wants to know, it wants us to find the measure of, so example A says to find the measure of angle EAB. So our job is to look at this figure and look for angle EAB. Okay, so EAB. So I'm going to get this. So here's E. Here's A. Remember, A is in the middle. And then here is B. Okay, so we can use some information here to help us find E, A, and B. Now, we can use information from this side over here to help us find E, A, B. Right here. So let's look and see what information do we actually have from this whole entire figure right here. Well, some information that we have, okay? We have this information right here. We have 4x, okay? And we know that 4x and this information right here, let's get a different color if I can. Let's see, will it let me have a different color? Ooh, it will. Okay. And this information right here plus 8x plus 12, those two angles right there, they form this straight line. So because they form this straight line, they form that straight line right there. It equals 180. Sorry. Oh, that was really big. Oh, this is a fun new tool, you guys. This will be awesome for us to look at. Okay, so it equals 180. So I'm just going to jot this down in my notes real quick so when I go back to my other page, it actually is the same writing. Well, hopefully it's better writing. Okay, and we still don't know what's like on the other side of that. We just don't know yet. We're still going to have to figure out that information. It is unknown, right? It's unknown to us. Okay, so because it's unknown, we're still figuring that part out. So let's go back to our other screen and let's solve for x and see what we actually really truly do know. Okay, so we're going to go back to this screen now and we're going to see what do we know. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my line. So right now we're looking at just the only piece of information is that straight line is what we're looking at right now. So we're looking at a straight line and we're only solving for the 180 degrees. So let's combine the things that are the same. So 4x and 8x, those things are the same. That gives us 12x plus 12. And that equals 180 degrees. Okay, well 12x and 12, those are not the same. We can't put those together. So we're going to keep solving and we're going to continue to remove information so that we can find new. So minus 12 and minus 12. So 180 minus 12 gives us 168. And that gives us 12x. Okay, so this canceled, right? Because we did the opposite. And now we can divide by 12 and divide by 12. This gives us x. And now we know that x equals something. Well, 168 divided by 12, that gives us 14. Okay, so right now we are ready to put x equaling 14 into each of these pieces so we can figure out what our totals are. So we had one side here that was 4x. So one side was 4x. So let's go like this. 4 times 14. That's one angle. So 4 times 14 is one angle. And then we had another angle that was 8x plus 12. Right? It was like that. So this one looks like 8 times 14 plus 12. And so we're going to just go ahead and solve both of these now. So let's do this. So 4 times 4 is 16. And 16, carry the 1, so that gives me 26. And then this one gives me 124 degrees. Okay, so we have two different angles here. Sorry, I have no idea why I put 26. Actually, I do. My son was bouncing a ball up above my head, and I was concentrating on that and not a video. Okay, so 4 and 1 is 5, so 56. And now when we add these two together, we should actually get 124 plus 56, 10, 1. That should give us 180 degrees. All right, so now we're gonna go to the other screen. Okay, So we're back to this screen. Now, what we're going to do is we are still looking to solve for this angle right here. Okay, so we're still looking for this angle right here. So we found that this angle, let's get a what color am I on? Okay, so we found this color here, this angle CAB is 124 degrees. And then over here, we found that this angle right here, angle DAC, this one was 56 degrees. Okay, so we have found two angles. But look, we had something else right here. We have some more information right here. We have a right angle. Guys, we have a right angle. Okay, so this angle, DAC, and angle EAD equals 90. So let's go ahead. We know that 56 plus some unknown is going to equal 90 degrees. So now we're going to go, oh, let's use a different letter. I'm going to use like Y because we don't know what this one is. And we don't want to use X just because if we use X, then it might mess it up because X was found to be 14 and it might not be 14. Okay, boom. Okay, we're back. It's like magic over here. Okay, so now we're going to draw our line and we're going to subtract 56 and we're going to subtract 56 from this side and this leaves us with Y. So 10 and 8, that's 4 and that is 34. So Y equals 34 degrees. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so we have 3 different angles now. So we have a 56, we have a 124, and we have a 34 degree angle. And remember, what did I tell you at the very, very beginning of this? At the very beginning, I told you that all the way around point A was like going in a circle, right? And it equals 360. Or it was 2 straight lines. So this is a straight line, 180 on this side, and this is a straight line, 180 on this side. So now what we can do is we can take these 3 numbers and we can subtract them, our 3 angle measures, this last one, 34, and we can subtract all of these numbers, 124, 56, and 34, and we can subtract them from 360, and we can get our answer to our problem. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Boom. Okay, ready? So we have something that can look like this. So we have 124 plus 56 plus 34 plus, we don't know what that angle is, so we can just call it M for the missing letter. And we know that it can equal 360 degrees, or 180 plus 180. We're going to combine all of these together. Okay, we can combine all of those together. Okay, so 124 plus 56 plus 34. Oh my gosh, I could have just known that that was 180 plus 34. Oh, Miss Englander, my brain. 214, right? Plus M equals 360. Now we're ready to subtract. So minus 214 minus 214. This cancels. M equals, all right, 10. That becomes a 5, and that becomes a 2. So 6, and that becomes a 4. 46 degrees. What? So our angle measure is 46 degrees. Why did I borrow from here? Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so sorry. It's 146. Oh my gosh. 146 degrees. So let's look at it. Does that make sense? Yes, this is an obtuse angle. It would be 146. 146 plus 34 does give us 180 degrees. So remember, this plus this does have to equal 180. So that would work. Okay. Another way that we could have looked at this figure. I wonder if I can fill this box in with color. There we go. Okay, so I want this box to be filled with color so that we could see what's happening here. For those of you who are having a hard time seeing just what exactly is going on, if you there we go. Okay, so here, this part, this top part here, that's the part that needed to be just 180, the 34 plus the 146. So that's what we are solving for. We used this on the bottom in order to help us. This information on the bottom is what we use to help us find the information on the top. But see how you can cover up these different pieces to only use the information that we're looking for. Here's your 90-degree angle. Okay, hopefully this video was a little bit more helpful than me drawing and using those. Okay, let's go ahead and do a try it. So let's get a try it ready for you. All right, here is your try it. Your try it has a figure that has a right angle. It gives you two different x's here. One is attached to 6 degrees, the other one is attached to 12. It would like for you to please solve for, so it says to find angle KJP. So find the J first, because that's the one in the middle, and then find the K and the P. So you're looking for this side over here. All right, go ahead and hit pause right now so that you do not hear me solving this. And then when you are ready, you may come on back. All right, so if we remember that a figure is 360 degrees all the way around, we can start with the information that we know. We need to solve for x. Well, we know that this whole information right here is 90 degrees. So we know that 12x plus something over here that we don't know is going to give us 90 degrees. But if this is 90, this over here is also 90. And this is going to be 6x as well. So can solve for 90 degrees. We also know that we have some angles that are vertical, okay? So we know that this angle here is 6x, which also makes this one straight across 6x because they are vertical. They are the same, right? So being that they're straight across off of this straight line, it made them vertical. So we have a 12x and a 6x. You can look at this too by covering up half of your, let's get my Post-it note. We could look at this by covering up half and seeing what information we need. You can look straight across here and see that they share an adjacent, right? This adjacent vertex. That's how we got that 6x. All right. So this plus this equals that 90 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and keep covering up the rest of this. So we're just working with this complementary angle right here. So this equals 90. So 6 and 12 gives me 18. So I have 18x equals 90. I'm going to divide by 18 and divide by 18, and x equals, so let's go ahead and plug that into my calculator. So I have 90 divided by 18, and that gives me 5. So x equals 5. So now wherever I see an x, I can go ahead and solve for 5. Okay, so this over here, 6 times x, so 6 times 5 equals 30. And I know that on this side over here, this equals 180 degrees, right? So this straight line is 180. And I'm solving for a straight line. So if I have 30 plus some unknown, it's going to equal 180. So if I subtract minus 30 and, oh my gosh, I was almost off the page, and minus 30, this unknown angle is going to equal 150 degrees. So angle KJP equals 150 degrees. All right. We also know that this one equals 90 if you don't like leaving it undone. You can go ahead and say that one equals 90. All right. Now it's time for you to answer your essential question. What's some important information that we need to know when we are solving or finding angle measures? What's something really important that we need to know? How do we find them? What are we looking for when we are doing our angle measures? When we're finding angle measures? Okay, so go ahead and answer your essential question, and then out to the side, tell me, how are you doing? What do you need more practice with? What do you need more help with? And then come on back to the Google Meet if you have specific questions that you want me to answer, or if there's something that you want me to go over that you just didn't understand, or you can head on over to Big Ideas and do your practice work. Thank you so much for all of your hard work today, and have an awesome day. Thank you.